Good day to everyone. My name is Gabriela. As you know, I am the majors, and we are here today to discuss some issues that we have in our beautiful town of Belleview.
Thank you for putting us in contest, Majoris. What a pleasure it is to greet you all. My name is Anna, and I am the Bellevue Environment Officer. Well, our agenda is first, welcome greeting from the Majoress. Second, reading of new problems to be discussed. Third, intervention of the interested parties. Fourth, proposal of possible solutions. Fifth, conclusion. Also, let me tell you what the issues are to be discussed today. Young people's behavior on the weekends, increased crime, pollution, dirty beaches, the proposed development at Sandy Cove, and student accommodation.
As we have already developed items 1 and 2 of the agenda, well, we now turn to item 3. Intervention of the interested parties. So the representative of the Bellevue resident has the floor.
Hello, my name is Luisa and I'm representing the residents of Belleview. I would like us to start by discussing the fact that as the population has grown rapidly and with the number of young people, so it is becoming more and more noticeable that their behavior is not appropriate for the healthy development of our community. So, with this in mind, I suggest that the series several punish young people who behave inappropriately, especially on weekends. Punishments could include fines or time in juvenile halls.
I understand your point of view, Mr. Luisa, but considering that much of our economy depends on students that listen to what their representative has to say, so we can come up with solutions that will benefit all of us. Brian, tell us what you think.
Okay, good day to all. I'm Brian, and today I'm here as the spokesperson for the students of this city. To be honest, I disagree with Luisa. It seems very unfair to me just because we're young and we want to have fun. We can be punished for what the residents consider to be or have a bad behavior. Most of us are responsible. So since we're not all bad, I propose that all young people be allowed to stay out late at night and have fun in clubs.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Of course, we won't let that happen. What are you thinking? If young people are out on the streets or in the clubs late, they're bound to be drinking and doing ridiculous things or whatever. They don't set a good example for our little ones, so it won't happen.
Okay, let's calm down. I think I understand what you mean, Mrs. Luisa, but we cannot deny the fact that the growth of the value depends on young people choosing to develop their life project here. So we can scare them away with severe punishment just because they want to have a little fun after their classes.
She said so.
Okay, everything you're saying is very important, but you're forgetting something essential. After the party nights are over, the mess in the streets and the amount of garbage everywhere is something we cannot handle. So, as authorities, we should carry out periodical ecological patrols at night to make sure that our beaches and the city are not being polluted by people. By the way, with the small amount of number in the of volunteers we have and our current organization, it is also impossible to do.
That's no problem, officer. We can look for the cheapest cleaning equipment and start hiring some people to do the cleaning job.
I have a better idea, Majors. What do you think if we use people with bad social and environmental behavior to clean up our city spaces and beaches? That would be their punishment.
It's a good idea, but even so, the council must make a high investment for the ecological needs of the city. In this case, We have been waiting for some time now for this state-of-the-art equipment for proper cleaning of our beaches. So I propose that there be two options for punishment: volunteering and paying a penalty fee to defray the cost of a specific cleaning method.
Well, it sounds like a fair idea. We as students agree.
Perfect. We have a solution. Now we can continue with other issue, the increased crime.
Well, I want to start to express my concern about this topic because last week my car was stolen by a man or a woman, I don't know. I was in the city center. Until now, I'm afraid with that situation. It was terrible. I suggest more police officers must be in each corner to guard the people.
What? That sounds terrible. If the students know about that, they will be gone. I'm agree with Mrs. Luisa. It's necessary to get more police to be safe.
I'm sorry about that. I think with the development of our city, our stuffs will be stolen by thieves because there are many people, and we can make a sense of our people. We must be count.
I understand the situation. Unfortunately, the city doesn't have more policies. We will be request the police department from the country and it takes time. I suggest while I will be made the request from the community to create an association to investigate the crimes in the city, of course, with help of our policeman department.
I think it's a good idea. I will contact the other residents and we will be create the organization.
Yes, I'm agree with this idea. Mrs. Luisa, if you want help from the students, don't hesitate to contact us.
Sure, thank you for your help.
Okay, so for this topic, the majors will find the form and the residents and the students will be created an association to investigate crimes cases with police support. Now we continue with pollution.
Well, the next important point, since we are going to handle the pollution of the city, beaches, and think we have many problems.
If I agree, there are many garbage problems. People do not take care of the beaches or worry about maintaining order and the cleanliness. There is plastic everywhere and a lot of garbage that is entering the sea.
I believe that strong fines, sanctions, established schedules on the beaches, and prohibiting dogs and barbecues should be implemented. Otherwise, people will not be aware of how important it is to keep beaches in good condition.
I completely agree with that strategy. The beaches are an important part of the city.
It seems important to me to have rules regarding the pollution of beaches. People should be educated and have a conscience, but I don't think it's a good idea to ban animals.
Yes, I think there may be a meaning with respect to animals.
Perfect. We can consider it, the rest of the opinions I will take into account.
One problem that I want to mention, since we were talking about pollution on the beaches, is the pollution in general in the city. There are many cars, there are not enough roads, there are no cans on the streets for garbage, and the buses are so old.
It is true. An idea would be to make a development plan, put garbage cans in the streets, information posters, and create roads for other means of transport, such as bicycles.
I don't agree with bicycles. I think it would be a better idea to create more roads for cars and renovate old buses with new ones.
That would imply a very large investment and there is not enough budget. But I agree with renewing the public transportation, trash cans, and more information posters.
The proposal of bicycles seems very viable to me. People would move faster, and that would help to reduce the pollution in the city. It's more economical to implement another kind of transport than to enlarge the roads or renew the buses.
Yes, they can be skateboards, bicycles, and you can park in a specific place charging a very cheap rate.
Okay, we are going to review how much budget we have. As your opinions are valid, I clarify that not all of them can be implemented at the same time.
And if people are going to handle other means of transportation, that will happen with what will happen with the unemployment in the city. I mean, the people who work in taxis and buses.
I had not thought of it that way.
I think that by reducing pollution and ordering the city more, we will have more visitors.
Agree. We have to implement drastic measures to improve the city. Well, that's all said and done. Now, we will move on to one of the aspects that might define the development of Bellevue, the proposed develop and Sandy Cove. I know there are different opinions on this, so I hope we all have the opportunity to speak and be here respectful.
You're saying that because you want us to approve the project.
I say calmly and respectful, we will be heard.
Okay, majores, as long as the project does not result in serious impacts to our environment and in the short or medium term it will be a source of contamination for the city, I am neither in favor nor against in being carried out.
We all know that the Sandico project is too costly and highly polluting, so that all costs we must prevent it from going ahead. We will not accept it.
That's right. Besides, with that project, we would lose all the charm of going to the beach.
I understand your concern, but I was already prepared with a postal proposal. I know that at first there was talking of intervening the entire beach, but no minimize the adverse effects that may arise in the future. We can talk about using only 40% of the beach for the project.
And how will you avoid environmental damage?
I was think that we could use environmentally friendly design and construction, such as solar panels and reusing some and the waste that comes out the construction site.
That sounds good to me.
I don't know. I'm still not convinced. Majoris, would you please send us the proposal in writing and we will schedule a future meeting to discuss the issue?
Of course, if everyone agrees, there will be a next meeting to talk about it. And Miss Luisa, I will contact my secretary to send you the new proposal.
As long as the meeting not intersect with my classes, I have no problem to meet again.
I agree, there is always room to talk about sustainable development.
Okay, I hope it will be soon.
Well, what if we continue with the last topic of our meeting? The one about the student accommodation.
Sure. So which is the problem according to the student accommodation?
It is not something new for anyone that because of our universities, students are very enthusiastic about wanting to come to study here in Bellevue. But student accommodation is a huge problem. Bellevue has become a large city with great opportunities to start a business, but because of its increasing popularity, student rents are so expensive. Also, there aren't enough places to have them, enough space. We need solutions.
Totally agree. There are almost no places that they can rent that are not very expensive.
From a point of view as a student, this is a very big problem that needs to be solved because many students seeing the prices of the places where they can stay, they choose to go to other universities, right?
Is there any proposal?
The state could invest building an exclusively area for students so they can be small apartments for one person, or if a student wants lower prices, two people can stay in one room.
That's a good idea. You can also offer an additional service for food, which provides breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I think it is a good idea because that way students can have all their comforts close to the university and at lower prices.
I agree, but remember, it could be too many students and it will take a lot of time.
¿Qué pasó?
Major,
Thank you all for your ideas. I know that some very good proposal and solution have come out of this meeting. To conclude, Anna will tell you what we have agreed.
Well, the conclusions are first, about young people with bad behavior, there be two options for punishment: volunteering or paying a penalty fee to defray the cost of this special cleaning method we need for the beaches. Second, about increased crime, the majorities will fill the form and the residents and students will be created an association to investigate crimes cases with police support. And third, pollution and dirty beaches. It proposed renewable transportation, creating more roads for cars, and renovate all buses with new ones, and people should be educated and have conscience. But I don't think it's a good idea to ban animals, someone said. And about Sandy Cup project, we organized other meeting to talk about that. Last but not least, about the accommodation of the students, it is proposed to offer an additional service for food, which provides breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and creating campaigns to attract more students. That's all.
Okay,
thank you
thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
So, see you next time.
Bye bye.